Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and of course our partners that hold us down. I'm Ron Grant. Welcome to a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Now don't worry, it's not always about suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. Thank you all for taking this journey with me. This season, we take you on an entirely different journey. From chefs to dancers, construction experts, customer service professionals, we're heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda, Anegada, White Bay, and of course, our very own capital here. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm literally so proud. Becoming a leading professional in today's day and age is by no account easy. It takes years of hard work and dedication, building lasting relationships throughout the community, and creatively, setting yourself apart from all the rest. My guest today has solidified his place in the history as one of the BVI's leading young banking professionals and now an entrepreneur. He hails from the East, a lover of softball, humbled, disciplined, the friendly face you see at the bank, an approachable young entrepreneur, and most importantly, a genuine, distinguished gentleman who is literally always cool, calm, and collected. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me is the one and only Mr. Nelson Ramirez, one of the best and brightest of our generation. It's a conversation you don't want to miss. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. It's season 3, baby. Let's go. Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too, offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals. Viewers, welcome back. I am here with the one and only, the man himself, Nelson. Welcome to the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for having me, Ron.
Absolutely. A former colleague of yours, and someone I respect wholeheartedly, she is the executive director of the BVI-CCHA, Kiaya George. She described you as charismatic, full of personality, easy to talk to. She said you represented growth and development and is by far one of the leading professionals in the BVI. When persons you respect within the community echo these sentiments about you, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm really humbled by it. I'm not sure if I'm full of personality. I think I'm just really chill, but I'm honestly humbled by the remarks.
Okay. You have, as we mentioned earlier, solidified a career in the banking profession. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your journey. How did you even get involved in banking?
I think banking chose me.
Okay.
Quite funnily, of course, you mentioned that I am a lover of softball,
yes.
baseball. And during that time, I was actually, trying to prep for different scout meets and trying to prep to find a college and different stuff like that. So fresh out of high school, during that time, I actually tore my rotator cuff. So when that happened now, I'm from the Dominican Republic, of course. So between that time when it happened, I went over there trying to rehab a bit, trying to see if I could get a bit better, but honestly didn't. Okay. Came back home and I was like, well, I need to find a job now. What am I gonna do? For some reason, some strange reason, I applied to all of the banks.
Interesting.
And during that time, 2 banks called, well, though my current employer is the one that called first, and actually missed every single call that I did. Wow. And it was from a block number every single time, unknown number. And one day I was playing basketball, I came to my car and I saw the missed call, and I was like, I wonder who keeps calling me. As I pulled the phone in my hand again, it rang again. It was probably 6 o'clock. So after they walked in, I was like, listen, we need you to come tomorrow for an interview. I'm like, where's this? What are you talking about? And they explained everything. I went in, and that was in 2011. And from there in, I've been in banking.
Wow, wow, wow. And so being in banking, you said it chose you, which is truly inspiring, because I think if we're honest with ourselves, and if not too many of us are blessed in that capacity to be called by a profession. Many of us choose it because of personal reasons. A lot of us go to it because of finances. But to have a profession choose you, and I know exactly how that feels, it's something that you undoubtedly can't necessarily escape. You have been able to really move up the ranks throughout the bank, and had a career, still have a career in really finding your niche. Let's look at young professionals and banking. And when I say that, we had a former guest, the one and only Marquise Maduro.
Yeah.
He was on the show, and he
Really good show.
spit a lot of beautiful nuggets. But I want to tie in a little bit more about young professionals in banking. Some of us are trying to build, some are looking to purchase businesses. When we consider banking in a very general, holistic view, what exactly would you say to young professionals and their considerations when coming to the bank for whatever it is they may be pursuing?
First thing that folks need to realize is, not because I'm in banking, but bank is your friend, in my opinion. The bank gives you time to do what you need to do without tying up all of your assets, all of your capital, which is your money, you know? So when you're coming to the bank, the first thing that the bank likes to see is that you have good habits, which is good savings, or your ability to repay if you have smaller loans, or if you don't have any loans at all. They like to see that that you are disciplined enough to put some aside. Because if you're doing that for yourself, then more than likely you do it for the bank.
Right.
So just having that discipline to actually, put some aside for yourself, put some aside for a rainy day, whatever it may be, because more than likely you'll have to present that statement anyways. So that's the first thing. Remember that the bank is your friend. I said that because let's say you want to purchase a business, or you want to purchase a property, you want to do anything. We were always taught growing up that you don't go to the bank. You do everything out your pocket, Why go to the bank? Pay it off quickly, use your money if you have to, and don't go to the bank. And in my opinion, that's maybe it worked back in the days, but currently I feel that we need to go to the bank. Because as I said, it gives you time. So you go to the bank, let's say you purchasing land or property for $100,000, just calling figures, and they only need that 10%. But let's say you maybe have the cash on hand.
Yes.
So instead of purchasing it cash, you give the bank the 10%, and 10% of 100 is 90. You still have your other 90 there. And if you play your cards right and you could finance another one, you could do that 9 more times.
Of course.
And have multiple of the same thing. Instead of just spending all your money, you have one, and then your cash poor in a sense. So I would say that just focus on trying to have a little something on the side when you're coming into the bank, and remember that the bank is your friend. Always use the bank to your advantage.
Understood. When we look at examples of leadership, examples of young professionals, I've spoken to many persons, and I do this a lot within our think tank, and just observing and finding out who are some of the key players around our generation. And your name has come up many times. You may not know it, or you may not have set out to be an example to others, but be it as it may, some consider you an example. What would be your best piece of advice to any young professional trying to find their way, their niche?
What I tell myself all the time: never allow yourself to settle. Don't be settled, not because you're probably making a couple thousand right now, you're comfortable with it. Always push for more. Always, what's the word they say? Push the envelope, test the envelope.
Yes.
Always pursue for more. Always keep going, because there's always more. If you have a boss, that boss has a boss, and that boss has a boss. That's how we think on it. And you don't want to be there. You want to be that boss's boss.
Got it.
So you always go for more. Never feel settled. Never at all. Always keep pushing it.
What was it like growing up in the East?
A lot of fun memories.
Okay.
A lot of jumping the bridge
Mm.
after school on weekends, jumping the docks when your mom didn't want you to. Always down the road, chasing chickens, chasing fowls, bike riding. Of course, sports, baseball, basketball was always a part of it. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It sounds like an amazing childhood. Yeah,
Really
yeah,
fun.
yeah. When you look at your history and heritage, you are from the Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
and you have been able to grow up in the BVI. So there's a multicultural aspect to you.
There is.
You are bilingual as well, of course. What are you most proud of when you think of Nelson Ramirez, family, heritage, where you come from? What are you most proud of?
As silly as it may sound, is just my ability to speak the Spanish language. Because when I was in primary school, I went to primary school in Eastern Languedoc, so straight out of Languedoc. My mom would come sometimes pick me up or drop me off, and she always speaks Spanish. And I would always go hide because I don't want anyone to know
Wow.
that I speak Spanish. And not to know that, that would be one of my biggest advantages in life. And just to be able to speak the language, understand it, communicate fluently is, for me, is really good.
That's incredible. You are a lover of softball. You love the sport, softball, baseball. You love the sport. Do you still play?
Yeah.
Okay,
actually.
you still play. When we look at that community in the BVI, what has that sport and that camaraderie done for you as a young man?
Honestly, it's taught me a lot. I've been blessed to travel to play the sport. I've been blessed to have really good friends from that. It's taught me teamwork. It's taught me to play under pressure. It's taught me to be calm, cool, and collective. When the
Nice.
pressure is on, you still have to keep your composure to be able to do what you have to do. So those little abilities I've been able to obtain from the sport.
Got you. Now, viewers, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with Nelson. He has a baby, a project that we want to hear all about. He's going to break it down for us. All this after our quick commercial break.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Viewers, welcome back. You're watching The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. We're in Season 3, and we're here with the one and only Nelson Ramirez. Nelson, you have embarked on an amazing journey, and I say an amazing journey because anyone that embarks on entrepreneurship, I think, should be commended. It looks good, it's glamorous, but it's perhaps one of the most difficult things anyone of any age could embark on. You have a new business. Tell us about the Tool Shed.
So the Tool Shed is multiple businesses in one. I just stuck with the name and went with everything. We do.
I love the name, by the way.
Thank you. We do concrete cleaning. So we remove the mold and all of the dirt from your concrete, so we bring it back to its original life.
Okay.
We remove mold and from dirt as well. We do upholstery cleaning, which is carpets, sofas. I think I mentioned window cleaning, did
Yes.
I? Window cleaning. And we do a few other things that we're gonna get into in the future. That's
How long has the business been around?
we actually just started. We
Okay.
started roughly. We've only physically started doing work at this time about a month now.
So, we're in the middle of a pandemic, a global pandemic, COVID-19, and you decide to open a business. Some may say, not sure if the timing is right, but you still did it, and I think for that alone you should be commended. new into it, but what has managing and trying to push the business in these very difficult times taught you so far?
Patience, especially with trying to get equipment on the island. With COVID being around, everything is on backlog, even in the US. Everything is still behind. So I actually started the journey late last year, got through with licensing and everything early this year. But obtaining equipment, I started at probably in February. And up to this day, I'm still waiting on some equipment that
Understood.
has been purchased since then, but still on back order. So patience and feeling like I cannot quit yet because I haven't even started, in my opinion.
True.
But because I've already invested so much and haven't gotten anything back in these months, it's really testing your patience.
I understand. And in testing the patience, what encouragement would you give to young persons who may be interested in developing a concept or opening a business, but they're apprehensive and, or maybe like you, they have, and they're like, you know what, this don't make no sense. I'm about to stop. What encouragement would you give to them?
You have to stick with it. You have to believe in what is yours. You have to have a plan A and a plan A only. Because you know, if plan A goes south, you have no other plans to go with. So you have to make plan A work, you know? And when it comes to concepts, I would say look around, see what you're doing every day or see what it's missing in the BVI and then try to go around that route.
Okay. Now, I must touch on something that I think is absolutely special. And it's only special because I myself have recently embarked on the journey of fatherhood. And you are gearing up to be a dad within, you know, the few months. What's going on in the stomach right now?
Exactly what's going on. That's all the words right there in one.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Tell us about.
Same to you.
Thank you.
It's a lot, all in one. Work, new baby business, new baby coming on its way. It's a lot. Along with the patience from the business, it prolongs into the baby as well because you don't know what to expect first time.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. I don't know where to go. But all I could do is try my best, honestly.
Well, let me just give you a little bit of advice, right? Pace yourself. That's the first. The same patience that you portray in the business is the same patience that you're going to have to exude, not only with the newborn, but with your partner. In order for them to be good, you have to be good.
Yeah, agreed.
So balance is important. And really and truly enjoy the journey, because before you know it, before you blink your eyes, is a different milestone. It's you're crawling, you're walking. There's a tooth coming out, and you're like trying to talk. It's like, okay, what's going on here? So really enjoy the journey. And when you think of fatherhood, I'd encourage you to think of what I think of, meaning, who do I want to be?
Okay.
The best representation of myself for my son. And I think over time, you know, a couple of sleepless nights, you'll get the hang of it.
I'll master it.
Yeah, you'll master it. So congratulations on that again. Who are some of the people? I know you have a great relationship with your mom.
Definitely.
Outside of her, is there anyone that really played a part in helping to mold and create who we know today as Nelson?
Yeah, honestly, my stepdad, he
Okay.
went a long way in teaching me a lot of things. Honestly, before banking or even during my first years in banking, I wanted to be a mechanic.
Okay.
And that actually started from him. He's a taxi driver, so he would service his own vehicles, do his own oil change, the brakes, different stuff like that, and he would take me down every single time. he would have me there next to him, and eventually he would let me do it myself. So that, that instilled in me, I love working with my hands. I think I'm handy. And it became a part of me, and eventually I actually wanted to do that. I felt that I wanted to be in the field a bit. I wanted to step out of the office. I also think that's where my business came from, as a little
Makes sense,
break
yeah.
from the office as well. But he played a key role in my life, honestly.
When you look at the relationship with your mom, how do you think that impacted in any way your interaction and perhaps love and appreciation of seeing things differently with women?
Honestly, it was mostly, me and my mom have a good relationship, as you said. And she always tried to coach me and guide me and make me see things a different way. So her being there honestly taught me a lot and showed me how to think a bit differently. Take a break. It's not always your way. Look at it this way, or do it this way, or you don't always have to go down this path. There's many paths, but once you reach to that goal, then that's where you should go.
Oh, awesome. And truly, I'm getting from that a bit of compromise and understanding, definitely. Yeah, beautiful. Outside of all that you've accomplished, you've done quite a bit. You recently completed your master's, am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. What was your area of focus?
So it was an MBA, Master's in Business Administration, and then it gave me a Chartered Bankers distinction as well with it. So I am a part of the Chartered Bankers Institute.
Okay. When we look at education and really professional development, a lot of young men in particular may not be keen on going to school or getting a college degree. But I still think, personally, education and some sort of professional development is important. What do you say to the young man who says, Nelson, college is not for me, I can't do it, or I'm not interested in doing it? What would you say to him in making sure that he still finds some way to zone in on his craft?
There are many different ways to being successful. Success is not managed or thought of by being in an office, being in a bow tie and a tie. Like I said before, I want to be a mechanic. When I wanted to do that, I was looking at many different certificates that would put me there. Or like, I think going back to season 1 of your episodes when you had Adrian here, he
Mr.
said
McCoy,
that he said that he went on and he got certified in his craft. So there are many different ways of doing it. If you don't want to go to the traditional university, there are many different certificates that you can get to qualify you in whatever you like. If you like boats, if you like the engines, you can do so many things to put yourself ahead and put you in a better position. You don't have to go to school. I personally, I didn't want to. But because of my mom, she always made me push for more. She always told me that, I didn't have the chance to finish university. So I want you to do it. And not that I had to, but I just felt that I needed to complete that for her.
Understood.
To being her only child, I'm an only child. But I felt that in me, I had to complete that for her, So I went a little step above and I did a little stuff. So it put me in the position that I am today.
Understood. Wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know we spoke on a number of different topics, and most importantly, we covered the tool shed. I want you guys to take a quick look. We're going to toss to this quick ad that really encompasses, like Nelson said, all that the tool shed is all about. So take a quick look. Viewers, there you had it. That is the tool shed owned and operated by the one and only himself, Nelson Ramirez. Nelson, I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much, first and foremost, for coming on the show and being a guest. Many persons, as I said earlier, may not see themselves as an example or a person that people look up to, but it's not necessarily something that we can help. I think when you are confident and comfortable in your skin and you are really just a good human being, which is very important, I think that speaks volumes, and we appreciate you. We wish you much continued success in all your endeavors. It's been an amazing time speaking with you, one of our leading professionals, viewers, the one and only Nelson Ramirez.